back on Gertie Root. Back again, a Monday mood. Well, here we are, we're back, it's Monday. So, we're going to plunge in with this load of old hooey. So disrespectful. Meghan Markle, oh my God, she doesn't, does she? She does. Meghan Markle addresses herself as Royal Highness. I like Heinz 57 varieties, but there you go, never mind. Shall we find out what on earth is going through narcotic written, I was going to say another word beginning with D, but I thought I'd better not. Addled brain. Let's just say addled brain. Come on, boring. Let's go.
Schofield.
What's she done?
Kinsey, let's
Lunatic.
start with Meghan Markle. She's
Oh no, we need to go up, Gert. Up.
publishing a message addressing herself as Your Royal Highness, despite her and Harry having agreed to stop using their royal titles after they quit the royal family and left the United Kingdom. What's going on here? You can't.
We don't know. We don't care. But you're going to tell us.
Have these titles if you're not going to put in the work. If you're not going to be a working royal.
What's the title anyway? Oh yeah, it's just something that makes you far superior to everyone else. Yeah, sorry, I forgot that. Right, let's go.
It's so disrespectful to Queen Elizabeth II's memory. You know, Meghan Markle is poking the bear here. I have it on good authority that Prince William wants to strip them of their titles. And the Sussexes would like reassurance that he won't do that, knowing how much it would hurt their commercial opportunities. Harry and Meghan are the new Fergie and Andrew. They cheapen the crown. The only thing HRH stands for in association with Meghan Markle is her ruthless homewreckerness.
I don't know about cheapen the crown. At the end of the day, I think, at the end of the day, or the middle of the day, or the start of the day, it doesn't matter what part of the day it is, Gert. But, talking for my own personal opinion, I've got no time for the royal family since all this lot. No time. Less than no time. Especially after the oldies popped off. You know, pop their clogs, my darling. You know. But it's the natural course of life, isn't it? I mean, poor old girl weren't going to live forever. I don't wish Camilla and Charles any harm. You know, obviously, I see they love each other. They've got a really good relationship. He's trying to get on with his life despite his cancer diagnosis, bleeding, blah. But I've got no time for them. No time at all for the office or whatever it is that they're doing that put themselves above everybody else in Britain. And, you know, you've got people that can't afford to heat their houses in winter in Britain, which is notoriously damp and cold and long drawn out winters, taking money away from disabled people despite it being 0.01% of the population claim PIP, and they're all, I think it was like something like 0.3% of fraudulent cases, nearly up against, say, MPs' expense accounts, where it's more like the other way, it's sort of 60% fraudulent cases. And then we're being invited to actually look up to this crew. Look up to these pampered mugs that they are, the taxpayers' largesse. They're the biggest dole claimants in the country. But for some reason, they're better than everybody else. I have got no time for anybody that has allowed to happen what they've allowed to happen on their watch. Yeah? I understand why he's kept it quiet, because he knows that Harry will start rattling his cage, throwing his toys out the pram, and probably start making new books and giving new interviews coming out of all the skeletons in Charles's cupboard, which we already know are multitudinous. I know, I'm speaking about Meghan, Babs. I'm sorry. She's going back. She doesn't like it. So, no, I've got no time for him at all. What have they... I mean, he said, just call me Harry. I'm on the Freedom Flight. I'm getting out there. I'll just escape bleeding... What is it? Alcatraz or somewhere. Yeah? Go away. I don't care. Nobody cares. We've all got to... I remember the thing... I know you're going to hate me, especially all you royal ladies out there, love the royals. But I've been British like all my life, okay? So it's groomed into me. But I could never understand why, and I'm talking about the Queen in my life when I was younger, so when the Queen was in like her 40s and 50s and I was in like my 20s or whatever. And when was she born? 1926. So yeah, she was 40 odd before I was even born. So in her 50s and 60s, she'd pull up, all pampered up and everything. She hasn't had to do anything, but she's had somebody do her makeup, do her hair, decide what clothes she's going to wear and probably help her get into them. someone's driven her to wherever she's going, she's got to get out, she's got to wave a bit, cut a ribbon, say something, get back in the car, wave a bit more, go home, right? She'd get out, start walking, and people would clap her. Like, clap her for walking? I mean, we bring it on ourselves. We bring it on ourselves. It's like, we are told that we need a 1% elite that we can all look up to and aspire to. Well, that's being mugged off and gaslit, isn't it? What makes them better than us? Because right at the moment, I can't see anything exceptionally better about any of them. I think they're all a shower of and a disgrace, absolute disgrace. And I'm not talking about poor old William and Catherine. I think they might be actually the curveball. They might be the ones that can bring it back. Obviously, they're not my generation. They'd be more for like my kids and my grandchildren. Long after I'm dead, they'd be king and queen. And then their children would be obviously George and George's children. So maybe they'd be the curveball that would carry it forward and make it right. But my God, somebody needs to stand up and say something. This pony bleeding and trap show needs to stop. It's devalued. And if you've got somebody that's born and bred British thinking this, what are the rest of the world thinking? It's just a laugh. It's just a laugh. Oh, we won't take royal names away because we might like interrupt their brand and have an effect. Well, you're not supposed to be making money out of it. It's a largesse that you get. That's the sort of scales that and the balancing act that we do. We all pretend that you're marvellous and blow smoke up your arse, and you pretend that you love us all and come and cut ribbons now and again. That's the way of the world when it comes to royalty. Since what, Oliver Cromwell and the was it the Restoration, Charles II? Was it 1660 something? Can't quite remember because I wasn't there. Yeah? What is all this about? I have no idea. But one of my very worthy subs, an Australian lady, sent me a rather lovely message, and she said to me, it's, you know, the deal's in now. We pretty much know this is a construct, it's a false construct, it's not, which is what I've said all along. I said that, like, right at the beginning. Because I wasn't concentrating, as I've always said, I didn't know. I thought she was alright at first. But there again, I don't watch telly and read newspapers, so I didn't really realise what was being said about her. It was only when I see it on the my laptop a few times, I thought, what's going on? And then I started getting into it. I've done that quite a lot. I've started looking into things from the point of view, I'm not having that. I don't agree with that attitude. That's out of order, that. And then I start looking into it and I think, oh, actually, you've been mugged off. You've missed a few tricks here, love. They've had you over. So that's where I came to the show quite late. And then obviously the more I watched her, Babs, try to leave the cat alone. It's like Tom and Jerry. It literally is like Tom and Jerry in my house with these two. They've got a sort of unholy standoff at the moment. Try to be nice to one another. So anyway, that's where I am with it. Why are we being treated to this show? Because nobody cares. Nobody cares. She did not have 2 epidurals, got up and went home. I've had epidural. I had a caesarean epidural while I was awake. Okay, couldn't walk. Kept me in hospital for a week afterwards. And that's national health, when they throw you out as soon as look at you. Okay? So what is all this hooey we're being treated to? It's a load of old BS. And I've got so many other little things that I can't go into now, but when you put it together as a like a jigsaw puzzle and stand back and look at the scene, you can see, yeah, that's definitely what's going on. And I don't care what's going on. I don't want to know what's going on. I just want it to stop going on. I want to stop grifting money out of pretending to be so superior and elite and members of this royal family who, you know, when they cut themselves, they don't bleed red. They don't go to the toilet. They're special super duper people, you know. And we all need to look up to them. And no, we don't. No, we don't. They're just like everybody else. And that's the end of the day. All right, okay. Granted, they've got quite a few more houses than most people. But, you know, putting that aside, it's all, they don't own them. It's paid for by us. I think he owns Highgrove. That's his own house. But the rest of them are paid for by the bloody taxpayer. It's all us mugs that keep them, the 1%, nice and cosy. And then you go around the town centres, shops are boarded up, people look depressed, lifeless, listless, hopeless, wandering from nowhere, going even nowhere. coming from nowhere and going nowhere, I think is what I'm trying to say. Especially the young indigenous men I've seen, you know, the typical white working class males, sat in doorways, veterans sat in doorways, just hopelessness, hopeless. And then we got the megalite making pancakes and one thing and another and illuminating us with her bleeding horrible straggly hair and dead petals. What is going on? If they're not a distraction, then I'm Torvill and Dean. Or am I just Torvill? Yeah, I think I'm just Torvill. I can't be Dean, obviously. But anyway, there you go. Let's go.
But I do not think that Meghan Markle should be utilising the title. I think that this is just a way of trying to remind the world that she, for 18 months, was a royal.
Yeah, whatever. She'll never be royal.
Yes. And she started off with all the adulation.
Not being nice, she's just trailer trash to me. I'm nobody, but I've got more standards than her, and most people I know in my sphere of life have got better standards than this whole thing. And yet we've got to aspire to her. We've got to want to sprinkle dead petals over her beans on toast or something. What is she bringing to the table? And she's not exactly curing little handicapped children, is she? And in fact, anything to do with children, and she's there with her bleeding pot out trying to get a couple of quid. So, no, got no time. And the more I'm not even joking anymore with this. They're really getting on my bits. They're getting on my bits.
I remember I was one of the few who was looking on going, what is this? Why is everyone absolutely worshipping this woman? Because she seemed so fake, so obviously fake from the start. Fake. Now, Prince Harry has told the UK Telegraph...
But there you go, I also think her family are fake, for what it's worth. I don't care if people, you know... I'm entitled to my opinion, you're all entitled to your opinion. I think they're all a fake construct. I think there's something that's been put up to divert people. Divert from what? I've got no idea. I mean, there's so many potentialities for diversion, isn't there? Could be a number of things, could be none of them. But something deeper is going on than just some bit of old trailer trash with a bad weave. An awful housemaid's knees, where she's obviously spent far too much of her adult life on them. So, with Baldy Bazza, no. And like they were crowing on here, I actually skipped through it because it was ridiculous. Oh, look! Oh, the Markle! She's uploaded some footage of her children with their dad on IG! Instagram, in other words. Oh, you're going to pop over to IG and see them, they're marvellous. And it's the same old... I didn't bother, but they showed a clip of it anyway. And it's the same old bleeding nonsense. But I don't know what she was doing with some batter and pretending they were pancakes in a patacake baker's man sort of crap. Like, load of dead leaves and a load of worn out withered old bits of fruit that she'd been chopping and dicing and poking and prodding. Yeah? When he said, oh, and sharing cake that he brought back from the Ukraine, you saw a hand with a bit of cake, and then overdubbed was a man's voice and some children's voices. Could have been anybody. Didn't see anybody. I mean, take your piece of whatever it is you're doing, shove it, and leave us, the flip, alone. We've got more things to worry about than you, your weave, and your housemaid's knee. And the fact is, you're just diverting, and you're getting paid really quite well for diverting everybody away from much more pressing issues that affect not only... Well, yeah, they affect us, but more importantly, they affect our children and our children's children. And that means more to me than listening to their BS.
That he believes that the royal family stripped him of his police protection to try to trap him and Meghan Markle in the royal family and stop them leaving Britain.
There you
he
go.
said that his worst fears have been confirmed by secret evidence he had heard in court.
Can I smell your farts?
Okay, you and I both know that the royal family at this point in time, after the Oprah Winfrey interview, Spare, and the Netflix series, want nothing to do with these two people. Do we really believe that the royal family was trying to trap them in the UK?
Well, I mean, if they were trying to trap them in the UK, what's he talking about? Because he's lived abroad since 2020. So it's like me saying, oh, somebody tried to trap me in the all-you-can-eat buffet earlier, but I'm at home now speaking to you. So what is that about? What are you bringing it up for? What is the relevance? Nobody cares, Barry. Nobody was trying to trap you. If anything, they probably bought you a ticket, didn't they, on the flight?
If you believe the Daily Beast, their reports are that the desire not to have the Duke and Duchess of Sussex ever return has intensified. They don't want anything to do with Harry and Meghan, and this just plays into their victimhood narrative.
He just wishes he could stop people booing, doesn't he? That's what he needs the motorcade for and the outriders, so they won't have to listen to people booing them. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie me, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. I think that was William Shaky Speary. He shook his speary, he did. He shook it everywhere. Mainly, I think it was around Stratford-on-Avon, but don't quote me on it. Anyway, I've had enough. I bet you've had enough. I'm out of here. Love you and leave you wherever you are. Bye-bye now.